Hello. So we'll be starting with chapter number 2, Business Studies, class 11th, that is forms of business organizations. For this chapter, children, first we'll just go through that we have already done the concept of the business, the introduction of the business in the previous chapter. And we all know that our country is a mixed economy type of country. That is, there are several businesses being run by the private sector and many are run by the government sector. That means government and private both are the owners of the different kinds of business organizations. In the same sequence, we'll be doing the chapter number 3 also. So chapter number 2 and chapter number 3 both are regarding the various types of business organizations. In this chapter, we are going to study various types of business organizations that are run by the private sector organizations, right? By the private sector individuals or organizations, it can be anything like that. So in this chapter, we are going to study about 5 types of businesses, that is given in the ascending order. As we can see over here, it is the smallest type of business organization is sole proprietorship, then joint Hindu family business, partnership, cooperative societies, and the joint stock companies. Let us start with sole proprietorship. As we know, the word sole means single, individual. Proprietor is the owner of the business. Fine. So sole is individual, proprietor is the owner, and therefore we can understand this type of business is that business where the single person is running the business. Therefore we can see that sole proprietorship is a type of business owned, managed and controlled by the single person. He will only be taking all the profits and he'll be the one who will be bearing the losses if there is some loss in the business, right? Let us see the features of sole proprietorship. Features of sole proprietorship, the very first one is formation and closure. So formation and closure, right? So formation and closure in case of sole proprietorship type of business is very easy. What we have to understand it over here is that it can be easily formed and it can be easily closed. If the market is having some opportunity, person can start his business. If the business is running in losses, the business can be stopped, right? So this is the most prevalent kind of business that we can see in our localities also. The kirana walas, the chemist shop, the bookstore, they are all the sole proprietors, right? Because it is very easy to form such a kind of business. Another one is liability. See children, we should first know what is the meaning of the term liability. Liability is the obligation to make the payment, right? It is the foundation of making the payments to the outsiders. So sole proprietors in this case, liability is unlimited liability. In all the forms of businesses, children, we are going to study this point also, and in every business the liability will be either limited or unlimited. In case of sole proprietorship, it is limited liability and unlimited liability. That means if the business assets are not enough for making the payments to the for the debts, the sole proprietor has to give up his personal assets. Like if he has to make the payment for rupees 5 lakhs and business assets are just rupees 3 lakhs, for arranging those 2 lakhs that is lacking, he has to either sell his car, jewelry or any such personal asset, right? So next feature is sole risk bearer and profit recipient. This point is very clear. He is the only person who will be taking the initiative of doing the business. Therefore, he will be the only person who will be taking the profit of the business also. And the sole bearer of the entire risk of the business. Control. As we have done in this meaning, that it is the form of business owned, managed and controlled by the single individual, right? Therefore, we can understand the only person, the only owner is having all the rights for managing the business. So it is totally 100% control of owner is there. He does not have anybody to interfere in his business, right? Next one is separate legal. No separate legal entity. Here we are talking about legal entity, that means legal existence. And in the eyes of law, the owner of the business, the sole proprietor, and the business itself are one and the same thing, right? That means if anything is wrong, if anything wrong is done by the businessman, it will be hampering the business, and if anything wrong is done in the businessman will be punished for it, right? So because according to law, the sole proprietor and proprietorship is one and the same thing. Another one is lack of business continuity. As I said, they are the same legal entity. So anything happens to the sole proprietor, suppose if the person dies or becomes insane is mentally retarded, or due to any physical problem or due to any legal problem, he is not able to do the business will be stopped over here. So here we have finished with the features. Let us see the merits. So first merit is quick decision making. We have understood till now that the sole proprietor is the only controller of the business. He will not be disturbed by anybody in his business. So nobody will be interfering in his decisions. Anytime there is opportunity in the market, he can easily quickly grab it. So quick decision making can be done by sole proprietors, right? Next one is confidentiality of information. Confidentiality means secrecy of information. See, in certain kinds of business, it's necessary for the businessman to publish their financial records, like in case of joint stock company or in case of cooperative societies. But it's not such in case of sole proprietorship business. Sole proprietor businessman does not tell his details of finances to anyone. So it's not necessary to share the information, right? Another one is direct incentive. The harder the sole proprietor will work, the more will be the profit, and he'll be much more in profit, and he'll be getting more incentive, right? So he'll be directly paid for his hard work. Another one is sense of accomplishment. Children, accomplishment is the sense of satisfaction. Means the higher the profit, obviously higher will be the level of satisfaction. His morale will be boosted, or he will be more confident in his activities if he is earning profits, right? Another one is ease of formation and closure. This we have already discussed, that the sole proprietorship business is very easily formed, and it is no legal formalities are there. So it's also a merit. Let us see the demerits of the same business. First one is limited resources. See, this is one man army kind of business. That means one man will arrange the funds, and because it's a very small firm, even the banking authorities or the investors do not have confidence in them. because banks will also give loan to such business organizations where they will be confident enough that the money will be coming back. In case of sole proprietorship, it's a bit difficult for arranging the funds, for them to arrange the funds, right? Next one is limited life of business. This is basically lack of continuity. If the person dies, the business, even if the business is totally flourished, then too it will be closed. So this is a kind of demerit, that the business has to be stopped even if it is in flourished, totally working very good, but due to the death of the owner, business will be stopped, right? Another one is unlimited liability. So children, unlimited liability, wherever it is unlimited liability, it will be a demerit, it will be a limitation. On the other hand, in any business, if we study that liability is limited, it will become a merit. We don't have to grasp these points, we can understand the concept, right? Because if the liability is unlimited, the personal assets along with the business assets would be hampered in case of debts. So it's a demerit. Next one is limited managerial abilities. So the businessman is the only person who is taking care of all the kinds of activities, and it's really very difficult for one person to be so talented that he will be taking care of everything. Means he'll be taking finance also, he'll be doing the marketing thing also. He is not an expert in all the things. There may be some things that he is good into, and some can be the loopholes, right? So children, here we have finished with the topic. Next we'll be continuing in the next video. Thank you.